The surge in COVID-19 cases is forcing changes on students and teachers in Texas schools. In the past week, more than 40 school districts asked to temporarily halt in-person learning because of the virus. It's happening in big cities like Austin and in rural school districts like Llano and Blanco as virus cases rise. Other districts are preparing to switch if cases get worse. On Thursday, district officials in Pflugerville and Round Rock encouraged students and staff to bring their devices and supplies home with them in case schools had to move to online-only learning. The effect of the virus on schools has some state lawmakers calling on the state to cancel next spring's STAAR exam. Dozens of lawmakers from both parties last week signed a letter to Texas Education Agency Commissioner Mike Morath. The letter says at most, the test should only serve as a diagnostic instrument to see where Texas students stand academically. The lawmakers say the test should not be used to determine district and campus ratings under the current A through F accountability system. The letter asks the TEA to seek necessary waivers from the Federal Department of Education. Commissioner Morath says he's still collecting feedback on how the state should handle this year's STAAR exams, but he has resisted the idea of scrapping the test altogether.
Educators are stressed, kids are stressed. There's a lot of hiccups to learning virtually for many of these children. And so while the education commissioner, whom this letter was addressed to, Mike Morath, said this week in talking to the school board members, he didn't really like the idea of scrapping the test altogether. He thinks it could be a good measure or diagnostic for how kids what they haven't learned or where the gaps are as far as that goes. But whether or not it'll be the high stakes components of grading schools and districts remains to be seen.
State leaders did cancel the STAAR exams for last school year after campuses closed due to the pandemic. The governor also waived the requirement that students in 5th and 8th grades pass the exam in order to be promoted to the next grade level. A new treatment to stop COVID-19 arrives in Texas, but find out why getting it to those who need help is going to be a challenge.
It is important for everybody in the state to know that statewide we're not going to have another shutdown.
Governor Abbott says no to shutdowns to stop the virus, how he's defending the decision as cases and deaths keep rising. A dilemma for families with older loved ones, the new guidance on who should and who should not join you for Thanksgiving dinner.